And welcome back. It's now time to talk all things Survivor in our weekly recap. Okay, let me just start by saying, so this is what I would call like split beach week or whatever you want to call it, okay? And we've seen this twist the last 2 seasons as well, and it's one of my favorites because split beach week, or whatever you want to call it, as I refer to, is where the tribe, the remaining castaways, are split up in half, and so there's 2 immunity challenge winners and 2 people that go home. And let me just say, as you know, I've been asking for a double elimination all season, and I finally got it. So I'm really thrilled with this episode.
This was a good episode.
It was a really good episode. So the immunity challenge, so there was this like kind of strange contraption that they had to stand and hold on to this bar, and anytime they let the bar go at all, there was a ball above them that was like slowly coming down as well, which was interesting because let me just say, it doesn't seem that hard in like retrospect, but then you have to factor in all the elements of they've been out there for however many days at this point. They're not really eating. They're in the heat. Their sleep's probably horrible. So like the strength that they would normally have to do this, I'm sure is not all the way there by any means.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, without food, you know, you don't have as much strength as you would normally have. And honestly, I'm impressed by how long they went.
Yeah. I was going to say that too. It is impressive to see like them hold on at all, you know, because I feel like for me, I'm like, I would have 0 strength left. So now I mentioned that there's 2 winners. So we saw Carla win for her side, which was super exciting. Carla's kind of been on the come up for me. I've really enjoyed watching her this season. Then the other side, it was tight between, I believe, Cody and Ryan, right?
Yes, I believe so.
But Cody's the one that pulled out the win, which was also exciting to see. But also, whoever was the last man or woman standing, they won reward for their half. And what was the reward this episode?
It was peanut butter and jelly.
Which, okay, we've been talking about this, and that like sounds really good. Like I can't imagine the excitement you feel after, like we said, like not eating for a while. But also like looking at their horribly disgusting hands, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I'd want people like touching
I
it.
would be like, please don't touch my peanut butter and jelly.
It just, it doesn't sound like it's for me. Now, after the challenge, like I mentioned, split beach week. So they go to separate camps, the 2 halves. And it kind of feels like on one side, it's heavily on Owen, but there might be some stirrings to maybe backdoor James. And then on the other camp, it sounds like it's pretty heavily between Ryan or Cassidy.
Depending on how the vote went, they got to see
them first. Yeah, whoever was eliminated. Exactly. So, and it's, okay, here's what's interesting. So James, I'm just not the biggest fan.
No,
I haven't been the whole season.
He has gotten very egotistical. And when he said that the strategy of the game is you side with James or else you're out, like, what? No.
Well, and you and I both agreed after we watched the episode that the way he spoke to Owen too was just like straight up rude. There was no like strategy or gameplay there. It was just like, I don't like belittling him a little bit. And I was like, I don't know, I'm just not about that myself. So.
And I feel like the way he was going at Owen, he was trying to, he did it in front of everybody. And I feel like he did that on purpose to make them sympathize with him, trying to get him to sympathize with him.
And that's a really good point. But what I liked about that is because he showed his true colors, Noelle was kind of forming a backdoor plan, which is exciting. Now, on the other side, like we mentioned, it was really between Ryan or Cassidy. And what's funny is Jesse and Cody really, like, everything was kind of in their hands because they got Gabler to be on their side already. They had already established that relationship. So it was like, which one? And I just have to say, okay, it seemed like they were maybe going to go for Cassidy.
I thought that too.
So, and we'll say what happened in a second, but I was just like, quit going for the women. You have all these super strong men, and not to say that women aren't strong, but like there's so many men left. I'm like, get the men out of the game. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Okay, so we go to Tribal. Super exciting. Like rounds of Tribal here. So the first round, we saw that James, the backdoor blindside plan worked. James was out, which was really exciting to me.
Yes, he was so shocked. He didn't see it coming at all, and I loved it because I wanted him out.
Well, and Noelle, this is the one where she used her steal a vote. So she took, what was it, Owens?
She took Owens because they wanted to trick James, so he didn't use his whatever
like idol or whatever he had.
So they tricked him to think that they were going to vote out Owen, and then they voted him out.
Which was just, I just love that. And my favorite thing was Jeff was like, all right, take a seat on the jury. And he's like, cool beans. Like, he was so mad. It made me so happy.
So mad.
So then we get to the other round of Tribal. And like I said, it's been really tight between Cassidy and Ryan this whole time. But thankfully, they got out Ryan, which I think was a really smart move.
Yeah.
Not that Ryan was like really closely aligned with anyone, but I do think that he's physically,
agent,
yeah,
I feel like
for sure he was unpredictable. But like I said, he was a great physical competitor. I mean, he gave Cody a run for his money in that immunity challenge.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I think he was very much a threat that way, but he was also like he was kind of neutral, so he would go like wherever the wind took him.
Yeah, for sure. Really excited for where this season's going. There's 8 people left. Brand new episode tonight. So check it out. CBS right here, 7 o'clock, or of course stream it tomorrow on Paramount+.